Okay, am I doing this right now? Oh, me not knowing how to go live. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know why this was taking me so long to figure it out. I've never gone live before, so be patient with me. But how does this look? Can you guys see me? Hold on. Trying to load all the comments. Okay, ahora sí. Can you guys see me? Sí o no? Si no, I'm going to be talking to myself this whole time. Okay. Stupidas. Me lagging. Me making you guys wait. I'm sorry, guys. I've never gone live before, so I was over here like, dun, 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 and like trying to figure things out. Pero because I'm a stupida, I couldn't figure it out. Pero thank you guys so much for joining the live. Oh my god, you guys are like hella commenting, and I'm like trying to read everything. But I love seeing you guys' comments. Thank you guys so much for joining the live and coming with me so we can cheese me out a little bit and just talk. Sorry, I got distracted with the comments. But yeah, I'm also going to be doing my maquillaje, going from Louie to the baddest perra. Feel free if you guys have any questions, ask me. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of story times. Be giving you guys a lot of chisme from my life. And if you guys have any questions on products or anything like that as well, also let me know. The comments are me spamming, I know. They're like, me trying to read them all. But I'm happy so many of you guys are here to watch and listen to all the chisme. But yeah. First question I see, how old are you? I am 20. I am turning 21 this year. But since we're all quarantined, hopefully quarantine is over by the time I turn 21. If not, I'm going to be celebrating in my casita, doing nothing. So we'll see, hopefully. Pero, a ver, I'm going to start with moisturizing my cara before. I'm sorry, my silla is so... Can you guys hear my chair? Yeah, you guys can hear it, huh? Let me change my chair. But also my little merch moment. Okay, because this chair be crying. I need to buy a new chair, guys. I swear. Me as a coda. Me keeping the same chair for 20 years. And not changing it. Okay, this chair doesn't make noise. Rechina bonito. Guys, this chair is so old. Like, I literally had to paint it so that it can look new, but she still sounds old. You be looking like a snack. Thank you. Oh, me saying a snack and not a meal. It's fine. Don't worry. But I'm so happy that It Gets Better reached out to me to do this live because I get so many questions all the time about like my coming out story and everything that happened while I came out and like just, you know, my life during and before I came out. And I don't talk about it as much, not because I don't want to, but just because there's a lot that goes into that. And like my whole coming out story and everything, like it was a very hard part in my life because I was scared of the results. But I'm gonna talk to you guys about my experience coming out and like why, like what pushed me to come out and why I decided to come out. And then my life now. First, I want to say it is so important for you guys to know that you are not alone. There's always people out there who love and support you, and it took me some time to realize that because I feel like before I came out, guys, like I felt so alone, like, you know, because it's such a big secret that I was keeping to myself and I wasn't like telling anyone. So I felt alone during that time, but I know as soon as like I came out, like I found those people who loved and supported me and were there for me through all of the obstacles and all the challenges that I had to go through. And look at me now. I'm with all you perras supporting me. So of course I'm so happy that I found people like you guys who love and support me for everything that I do. It obviously means the whole entire world to me. That's why I'm at my full perra potential, because I get the support from you stupidas. Oh wait, I'm seeing some people saying that they can't see me. Can you guys see me now? Some people are saying like they see me, some people are saying they don't. Yes, make sure you guys give this video a like. We gotta show them that the baddest perras are taking over. Oh, me only with 58 likes and 149 people watching. Doesn't add up. Oh, me not giving it a like. We see you, Louie. Okay, period. Come on, likes. Okay. I'm gonna start with my foundation, guys. So I'm gonna be using the Frankie Rose and the Beauty Creations Flawless Foundation. Looks like this. I'm gonna be mixing the two together. Actually, let me put powder on my face. But, okay, where should we start off? I wanna give you guys like the full experience. Let's see. Well, let's start off with saying I didn't come out till I was, I think, my sophomore or junior year in high school. But I had a boyfriend at the time that I came out, but it was very low key. Like, oh my god, guys, I'm gonna get into the chisme. Yes, guys, if you guys can, please make sure you guys also donate. I know me and It Gets Better will definitely be thankful for that and appreciate it. Of course, if you can, I know right now it's a little bit hard for us, but I will also be making sure I donate as well. But yes, I'm gonna give you guys like the full chisme of when I was coming out, because there is a lot. I know, so like I said, I had a boyfriend at the time. I hadn't told anyone. Like when I was ready to come out, the only person I had told at the time was one of my really close friends, and she was the only one who knew, and she kept my secret for like the whole time. Actually, like she never told anyone. She kept the secret, and I'm super thankful for that, because that was like such a big secret of mine, because I was just so scared of people's reactions. And there was already so many people who were like already telling me stuff like, oh my god, we know you're gay, like, you know, just the typical haters. And I almost felt like I didn't want to come out because I didn't want to satisfy those people. Like, I didn't want them to be like, oh, we knew it, like I knew you were, like blah blah. So I was just like, oh. So I feel like that's one of the other reasons why it took me so long to want to come out, because I didn't want to give those people a satisfaction to know that they were right about me. But they were wrong, because I was pretty. Sorry guys, I'm over here doing like pills and potions, trying to mix to find my own foundation. But there was already so many people who were like, just, they already knew, even though I hadn't said anything. And just because I also didn't feel like I wanted to tell anyone at the time. Like, at the time, I was like, why do they care? Like, what is it? Like, because in reality, like, I don't know why so many people pick at other people for stuff. Like, it's like, I don't see how that's going to change their life in any way. The only person's life that it's going to change is mine. So I don't know why they would just like choose that to pick at me the whole time. But I remember I finally had my first boyfriend. Like I said, it was sophomore, junior year. I'm kind of leaning more towards sophomore. I have such a bad memory when it comes to this. But I think it was my sophomore year. I had my first boyfriend, and nobody knew about it, guys. Like, absolutely nobody knew about it but my best friend at the time. She was the only girl who knew, and I would like tell her everything. And I'm glad I had at least one friend that I could talk to about these things, because, you know, sometimes like already keeping this secret was so hard. And like, especially like feeling like you had no one to talk to. Like, I'm just so thankful that she was there to let me tell her everything, just, you know, talk to her and like tell her about my fantasy with the guy I was dating. But I know like after some time, she ended up like comforting me and like not convincing me, because I already knew I wanted to, but like she helped me, like gave me that extra push that I needed to tell my other friends about my sexuality. And I was only telling like my really close friends, because like I said, don't feel like you have to tell everyone, because at the end of the day, it's who you want to tell, it's your life. So even if you just want to tell your family, like I know some people feel like they have to know, and I'm like, I don't even know you, like I'm not gonna tell you. So that was my mentality back then. Like I was like, I don't need to tell everyone. Like I was literally just telling like my very close friends, and I was working up to telling my family. But before I came out to my family, oh my God, guys, it was so hard to keep this a secret. I was just so scared of my family's reaction. I know my parents have always been super loving and supportive with anything that I did, but it was just hard. I feel like my parents already knew about my sexuality, but it's just so hard, like having to make it, I guess you could say, like official, like really telling them. So it took me a really long time to build up the courage to finally tell my parents. But in the meantime, guys, I was dating this guy and I would hide behind my parents' back. I literally lied to my parents that I had an after school class. Like I had to stay after school for class, but it was all a lie. It was literally just for me to go see my boyfriend at the time. So I would use that time to hang out with him, like literally behind their back. And the only reason I did that, like I said, is only because I just wasn't ready to tell my parents. And I wanted to, live my life, but also not feel like I had to tell anyone about it at the time. So I would see my boyfriend, like, your family's so sweet. Oh, thank you. But yes, I would see my boyfriend at the time behind their back. And the reason I did that is because I was like, I had a feeling that my parents already knew about my sexuality. And I was like, imagine if I'm telling them like every day, Mom, can I go see my friend? Mom, can I go see my friend? Mom, can I go see my friend? Like I felt like they were gonna know something was up. Oh, me having a little booger. And especially because growing up, guys, I didn't have a lot of guy friends. I literally always had girlfriends. Like even now, I think I only have like one guy friend. Um, all my other friends are girls. Like that's just always how it's always been, and that's just because I felt the most comfortable around girls. And I do have two sisters. You guys know them, Yoatzi and Andrea. Um, so I was always more comfortable around girls, so it was easier for me to talk to girls than it was to guys. So I knew that if I told my parents like I had like this guy friend and like, I knew that they were gonna know something was going on. So I kept that on the low for that reason. And sometimes my parents would drop me off at his house and like it started to become so often that I remember my mom questioned me about it once. She was like, "Why do you hang out with him so much?" Like blah blah. And I was like, "Well, he's my only guy friend, mom. Like I just want to hang out with him. Like, I'm tired of hanging out with the girls." But little did she know that he was actually my boyfriend. And oh my God, guys, I remember the first time that he met my parents. Cause like this whole time, my parents hadn't really met him. They just knew he was my guy friend. And we went to Raging Waters. If you guys don't know what Raging Waters is, it's pretty much just like a theme park. It's like a water theme park near where I live. And I remember, like, I told my parents, "Can I bring my guy friend?" Because I was so sick and tired of only seeing him, like, during school. Because, like, that's pretty much the only time I could see him because I didn't have a car back then or anything. And I think this was, like, around summer. So I was like, "Can I invite my friend?" So he ended up coming, and I was so scared. I was so scared. I was like, "Oh my God, if they find out or if they see me, like, or they see me, like, grab his hand or something." But I ended up inviting him like over, and my parents picked him up at his house, and like, oh my God, guys, my heart was like dun, 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 dun. I was so scared. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys on a little cliffhanger moment. I'm gonna go grab my concealer really quick. Sorry. Oh, we are having it prepared. Okay. I have my concealer. Okay. So now, like, obviously after I came out and like my parents know about it, my sisters told me like, "Oh, I remember when you brought him, like I kind of had a feeling," and like, they kind of had a feeling, but I never confirmed anything with them at the time, obviously, because no one knew that I was gay. And I remember that day went really well, and then like after that he started spending more and more time around my family. And then I feel like once I didn't really get my family's approval because I hadn't came out yet, but I kind of felt like I had an approval because I was able to bring him around the house more often. I was literally bringing him around the house like very, very often just because my parents already knew him. So I started feeling a little more comfortable with him, and having him be around my family and like my friends. And I felt like I wasn't super hidden anymore. That's kind of like what helped me bring him around, was just tell people that he was my friend. And obviously being gay, like I feel like it was easier for me to say he was a friend and not have to come out because it's not like I was bringing a girl over and like, having her spend like, because I feel like if I was straight and I had a girl over all the time and like trying to hang out with her, like I feel like my parents would be like, es la novia, es la novia. So I feel like because he was a guy, it was a little more like, maybe he really is his friend. But at the time, I already did have a following on social media, guys, and I had never like again, I had never posted anything, I had never said anything on there because I was also scared of like my followers at the time, like the reaction. I don't know if any of you guys were around there at that time, but if you guys know, then you guys know. Um, but I remember I started posting him a little bit more, and it was so funny because so many people thought that he was like a friend of mine or a cousin of mine or like because I would spend so much time with him and stuff, and like a lot of people would DM me, oh my god, Louie, like your friend is so cute. Like a lot of girls would DM me like, oh my god, Louie, your friend is so cute, like what's his name, like blah blah. And I was like inside I would get like rabia because I was like, that's my boyfriend, but obviously no one knew about that. So I was like, yeah, like thank you. And I remember one of my friends too, he was like openly gay, like he had already came out and everything. And he didn't even know that he was my boyfriend. And like I would hang out with this friend of mine a lot. And I remember this one time he was like, oh, like who is he? Like what's his name? Like you should hook me up with him. And I was like, because I feel like people like already knew about my boyfriend's sexuality. Well, not my boyfriend, my ex at the time, his sexuality, because he was pretty out there. Like he didn't really care. Like, he was just very open. He's like, I don't really care about people's opinion. And I respected him for that. Like it took a lot for someone to do that because I know I couldn't do that. But I remember people started questioning me about it. And then I feel like after I started hanging out with him so often and people started like kind of getting the hint, especially people around my city, like people already knew, like, because like I said, my ex at the time was very open about his sexuality. So people were like, well, if he's gay and everyone already has a feeling that Louie's gay and they're always hanging out, like, and I remember some people from his school ended up like they were like crazy guys. Like they ended up like doing this whole thing to like put two and two together and like realize that we were always hanging out and like I don't know what, but they ended up finding like putting the dots together that he was my boyfriend. And I remember people starting to threaten me about it. Like people were like why haven't you came out? Like we all know he's your boyfriend. Like why haven't you told anyone? Like do your parents know? Like I'm gonna tell your parents. And like these were all the bullies from high school, guys. These were the bullies, not like people who actually knew and cared about me. Like these were the bullies who were like just trying to like bully me into coming out. And at that time, I actually have like a full-on story time about this on my YouTube channel. If you guys ever want to watch that, I used to do a lot of story times on my channel, but I think I have a story about this. But yeah, so a lot of people were telling me stuff like to come out and like to tell my parents, and if my parents knew. And at that time, guys, like I literally, ugh, that's the worst. Yeah, it's literally the worst. Like I honestly felt like my whole world was coming down because I felt like I was living this perfect life where like um I could live my life without people knowing, and I could also do me. Like I don't know, it was perfect for me. Like when nobody knew about anything, but then when people started like bullying me about it and like like blackmailing me about it, that's when like oh my god, guys, I literally wanted to hide in a rock and just never come out ever again. And for him, it wasn't really a big deal for him because, like I said, he was already kind of out. So for him, he was just kind of like whatever's about it. He was trying to like comfort me into like coming out and stuff, but I was like, you don't understand. Like this is so hard. Like all of my bullies have always like told me stuff about this, and like I just felt very alone. And I remember like I was so sad. I didn't even want to see him for such a long time. Um, I didn't even want to see him because I was scared that more people were gonna like put two and two together and catch on and like I was just like, don't look at me. And I think eventually, like, I just needed some time alone, is definitely what I needed. I needed to spend some time alone to really, like, get my thoughts together and realize what I wanted to do. Because um, at this point, I already knew people were going to tell my parents. Oh my god, me. Oh my god, guys, I'm literally forgetting the biggest part of the story. Me forgetting. Oh my god, me forgetting. Just kidding, guys. Oh my god. The reason people started blackmailing me about coming out is because I was spending so much time with him, and um I had already told like my closest friends. And I remember this is when Musically was still around. Oh my god, how did I forget this? Me forgetting. I'm sorry, guys. I'm telling you guys, I have really bad memory when it comes to like my coming out story, just because there's so many things that happened that my mind, whenever I go back to that, like that mindset that I had, like I feel like my head's all over the place. But because I had came out to my friends and I was very comfortable with him, I had posted a video. I remember this was when TikTok was still around. I had posted a video of me and him kissing on TikTok. And like I remember he was like, "You won't post it." And I was like, "Yeah, I will." And he's like, "You won't post it." And I was like, "Yeah, I will." Like I don't really care. Like I don't know why I just felt like I felt like I was ready to come out. So I posted this TikTok or this Musically back then of me and him kissing. And immediately as I posted it, I think I let it be live for like a few minutes and then I regretted it and then I took it down. But by the time I took it down, so many people had saved it. And then I think that's when it hit me where I was like, oh shit, what did I do? And then all those people who had the video, they were the ones blackmailing me because they were passing it around school and they were telling everybody. And like, that's why, oh my God, me forgetting. So that's when people started like blackmailing me. And then I was freaking out because this video of me kissing my ex at the time was posted everywhere. And then I was freaking out and I was like, oh my God, like everyone's gonna know, like what the heck? So when I was all like thinking about what I wanted to do and stuff, that's when I decided to come out to my oldest sister because I was like, she's gonna have the best advice for me. She's gonna know like what I should do and what I should say and like if I should like come out to my parents and like how I should do it. So I told my oldest sister and I told her, I was like, there's this video of me going around. I don't know what I was thinking. I just like did it out of like impulse. And I was so scared though. Like before coming out, guys, I was crying, like could not stop crying. Like I've never cried that bad in my life. Like if you guys know me personally, actually even like if you guys like you guys watching my videos, I've openly talked about how I'm not an emotional person that much anymore. And I feel like just because like I've gone through a lot of stuff, but I've also like overcame those stuff that now I feel like it takes a lot to make me cry. But I was crying like ridiculous. Like it was just like I remember like I told my sister like I have to tell you something and she was like oh thanks so much Brian for donating. Um I couldn't like verbally tell my sister what it was. She had to guess it. Like she was like, "Do you want me to guess what you want to tell me?" And I was like, "Yes." And then she kept saying all these things like to guess what I was thinking. And then she finally said like, "Are you gay?" And as soon as she said that, guys, I just started bawling my eyes out even more. Like I just started crying. And then obviously I told her yes. And then the love and support she gave me obviously meant the whole entire world because I never, for some reason, like I know my family was always very loving, but I didn't expect that response from her. She was very sweet about it. Like she hugged me, she let me cry, like, you know, everything that I needed at that time. And she comforted me and then she told me, oh, this is what you need to do. Like, I suggest you tell my parents before um, they find out over the video. Like, tell Andrea, which is my youngest sister, before she sees the video. Like, because imagine, like, the last thing I wanted is for my parents or my sister to find out about my sexuality from a video. Like, not even me telling them, like, oh, guys, like, I'm gay. So I remember I told my little sister, and my little sister was just like, "Oh, it's okay. Like, I support you. Like, blah blah." And I was like, "I don't know if you've seen the video yet, but if you do see it, just like, don't pay any attention to it. Don't tell people stuff because I knew people just wanted attention. Like, that's what they want. At the end of the day, people bully you and people do all these things at you because they want to see you in pain and they want to see you sad. They want to see you cry. They want to see you like, you know, suffer." So I was just telling my sister, I was like, don't give them any attention. Just don't do anything about it. Just ignore it. So after I told my sister, I told my mom. My mom was also very, very supportive. And I think that was the hardest person to come out to. No, just kidding. My dad was. But when I told my mom, it was very, very difficult. But we sat there, had like a long ass conversation about it, and she was very, very supportive. She's told me like no matter what, like we love you, like that's not gonna change anything. And obviously that meant the world to me. Like I was like, wow, like hearing my mom say that, I just like whenever I would think about coming out, guys, it didn't seem like realistic. Like it just seemed something impossible. Like I was like, how am I ever gonna come out? Like, because you really do feel alone, especially since you're keeping it a secret. Well, since I was keeping it a secret, I couldn't even find friends that I could relate to because I was keeping it a secret. So I couldn't find those people who were gonna support me and love me and like, like uplift me because I was keeping it a secret. But when I told my mom, I literally just had my family's support, and that's what uplifted me. And that's what like made me feel more comfortable with who I was and everything that I was doing. And I didn't come out to my dad literally like a whole year later after I came out to my family, like my mom and my sisters, because I was so scared. Like, guys, I'm the only guy in my family. And I almost felt like, what if I disappoint my dad? Like, I'm the only guy in the family and I'm gay. And like, like I know my dad was always super like sporty. My dad is like, always wanting me to like do these things with him. And like, I was just never into it ever since I was little. So I was scared. I was like, I don't want to make them feel like I let him down. But I think a whole year later, like I was very sure like that I was ready to tell my dad. It just took so long for me to tell my dad. And my family like kept that secret for me, which obviously meant a lot to me. Even my mom, like I would always thank her because she never told my dad. Like she kept that secret for me, and she's like, I won't tell him until you're ready. And yeah, when I told my dad, that was the hardest ever. Like it was so hard. I felt like I couldn't even breathe. But when I told my dad, I do feel like it took him a bit to take it in, I want to say. I know he already knew that I was gay because when I came out to the rest of my family, I was already being a little more open about like being flamboyant and like, being more feminine and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like he already had the idea, but it did take him a while to get used to me coming out. But I will say, you guys obviously see my family in all of my videos, and you guys know how supportive they are now. They always come out of my videos. My dad will be repping my merch. This is the baddest perra. Like, they have pictures of me hung around all the house, like wearing makeup. And like, I remember that Christmas from that year that I came out. I had officially came out to my dad already and my mom. I think I came out to them, I think my junior year, which was like around, I think August or September when I came out to my dad. And that December, I had gotten into makeup a little bit, and that December, both my parents, they bought me an Ulta card. It was like a $50 Ulta gift card, and I still have it. I still have it in my drawers. I just saw it like I want to say like 2 weeks ago when I was cleaning my room, and like I was like, it took me back, but I was like, wow, like I would have never guessed in a million years that my parents would pitch in to buy me an Ulta gift card to buy makeup. Like, what? It was so crazy. And I remember I got so emotional when I hugged both my parents. And like, I was like, what the heck? Like, my parents are giving me money to buy makeup. And I do want to say that makeup definitely, I feel like, helped me even be more confident with myself because it was a way of expression. Like when I was sad, I would do my makeup. When I was bored, I'd do my makeup. When I had nothing to do, I'd do my makeup. Like, and it's just makeup was like a way for me to like have fun and just kind of like tell everyone to leave. Like right now, I'm in my beauty room, my little filming room, and I'll give you guys a tour soon. But when you guys see, this room is literally like outside of my house. Like this is like its own little place. And the reason I like this is because I still like having like that privacy, and makeup is still that one thing that like it's like my alone time. And it's like I love my alone time and I cherish my alone time, and whenever I do my makeup, I literally come in here, and even like I said, even when I'm sad or when I want to be artistic or like, I just want to express myself with makeup, I'll literally come in here, I'll blast my music, and I'll just play with makeup. And that's like the best way for me to get away from everyone and get away from everything, or like if I'm feeling very stressed or like sad, like I'll just come in here, put my music on, and I'm like, don't talk to me. And that's literally what I do. Um, but sorry guys, I was trying to contour the yawn. But yeah, and then after I came out to my whole entire family, at that point I was like, I'm good. Like I really didn't care about what anyone else had to say. Like um any opinion, any negative opinion that anyone had to say to me honestly didn't mean anything to me because I had already came out to my parents and I got that love and support from my parents and my friends. So like anyone outside of my family who was giving me like negativity, I was just like I honestly just didn't care about them because their opinion doesn't really do anything for me. And whether or not you're like in the LGBTQ plus community and you're getting bullied in school, just know, guys, that these people literally do this to just pick on you and literally just feed off of your fear. But just you guys have to remember that these people who are doing this obviously have personal problems in their lives, which is why they're finding out a way to like get that anger out because they don't know what else to do. So don't even let these people get to you. Like I said, the moment that I came out and I had like that support from my family, I really didn't care what anyone else had to say or what they thought about me because I was like, your opinion's not really doing anything for me. Like, I don't need it. I don't care. But before coming out, like I said, it was very tough because I was scared of my parents finding out. So if you are from the LGBTQ plus community and you haven't came out or you just feel like you're stuck, find friends, like even if that means like on social media, because I know a lot of times it's a bit easier to go on social media and find friends sometimes because you don't always find friends like in your city or wherever you're from. Because the moment you get that support from just anywhere, anyone, that love, it's gonna help you so much because you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. You just need to find those people who really love and support you for you. I went through so many different friend groups in high school, guys. So many different friend groups because there were so many people who like didn't support me or didn't really love me for who I was. And it just took me time to like find those people who really did care for me in that way and really loved me for me. And after I found those people, like Sleepy Daz, I was unstoppable. I was like fighting anyone who came my way. Not like literally fighting anyone, but I just really didn't care about that. And was still getting bullied. It's in school even after I came out, but I don't want to say it was because of my sexuality at this point. It was just because I was putting myself out there on social media and just people like I'm telling you guys, people are literally just trying to find a way to put you down. Like before I came out, everyone was just like, oh my god, like, we're gonna tell your family you're gay, like I'm gonna tell everyone, like we all know you're gay. Like that's literally all that was stuck in my head, just like people calling me gay before I came out. And then after I came out, I was like bitch, I'm gay, I'm good. And then after I came out, people were like, well shit, he came out. And people were starting to see that I didn't really care. Like people calling me like all these names and doing all these things. Obviously, like I didn't care about it anymore. I was just like, it doesn't bother me. So people started looking for something else to pick me at. Like they were just like, what else can I pick him at? Like what else can I do? All those cruel people definitely have serious issues themselves, and I feel sorry for them. I'm glad that you can see they have problems and not you. Thank you so much. But yes, that's something you guys definitely have to remember. It's not you that has a problem. It's those people who just have so much anger inside of them and really have nothing else to do or don't have any other way to like let that anger out. But after I came out and like I was like I am gay, people were literally going crazy trying to find something else to pick me at, and then that's when my social media came and people just started picking me over social media. And they're just like, oh my god, like let's make fun of him for his videos and like let's do this and blah blah. So like at that point I was like, you know what? People are literally just finding something to bully me for no damn reason. So that was very, very annoying. And I've talked about this openly. Like I was bullied like literally like my whole entire high school time, like literally bullied. And when I say bullied, I mean like little things being thrown at me, like names being called at me. I literally went to the principal so many times and like tried complaining. He never did anything for me, like anything. Like it's just so hard. And I remember even my mom getting so mad with like the principal and being like, how are you not doing anything about this? And the reason he wasn't doing anything about it is because the kids who were bullying me the most were the principal's favorites. So he would take their word for it. Like, guys, like me and my family literally felt like we had nowhere to go to because the bullying would not stop. And it was just some very dark times around that. But I literally look at it now and I almost see it like those things happen for a reason. And I feel like those things got me to where I am now. Um, I live my life a lot by thinking like everything happens for a reason and not in a negative way. I always feel like our life is planned in a way and everything happens for a reason and it's going to get you to where you should be. And guys, if you told me back then when I was in high school that I was going to be here where I am right now, doing what I'm doing right now, like I would have been like, you're lying, point blank period. You're lying. Don't even talk to me right now. And social media was the way for me. I know social media is not for everyone. I know some people want their privacy and they don't want to put their life out there. But I'm saying for me, like social media was a way for me to find those people who loved and supported me because in high school, obviously, no one really cared. And I got to find, I found all of you stupidas. And you guys like uplifted me and got me to where I am now and just taught me to not care about other people's opinions. And I remember like when I would get stuff, like people telling me stuff online, I would read the comments and all like my perras were like fighting other people in the comments. And I'm not telling you guys to do that, but I'm just saying like, wow, like for me to be in high school and not have anyone stand up for me, because even my friends were scared of the bullies, to now like just posting something on social media. And if someone calls me a certain name or someone tells me something, there's someone else on my social media that's like backing me up, which I'm like, wow, like these people like truly stand up for me and like love me for me. So that obviously means the world to me. So thank you guys for that. Hold on, guys. I'm going to put on a lash. Me missing the live because I was eating. Social media is the best outlet to express yourself and be an inspiration to those still in the closet. Yes. And I get so many messages, so many people telling me like that it's hard for them to come out. They don't know what to do. And like they're scared. And trust me, I've even helped so many. I've given not help, but well, I guess you could say helped. I gave a lot of advice to friends of mine who, oh my God, me trying to talk and put on my lash. Sorry guys, hold on, give me a second. I swear, I've been doing makeup for like 50 years now and I still can't properly put on a lash. Sorry guys. That's what happens when you're a pelona and you don't have naturally pretty lashes. Don't ever. But yeah, makeup was definitely like a way for me to like express myself. And I remember again when I started wearing makeup in school, I started getting so much more stuff about it. Like so many more people trying to come at me for something else. But I was like, oh, I'm pretty. Don't ever. It's just you guys really need to find that confidence because we're literally like I know so many people are like, oh, I don't look like this or I don't look like that. Like I'm not confident because of this. But guys, we're literally all beautiful in our own ways. And I know so many people hear that and so many people are like, oh my God, that's so cheesy. But it's true. Like, guys, I myself have so many insecurities. And I'm not saying like, oh my God, I'm insecurity free. But I have learned to love myself for the way I am and like, you know, for those insecurities that I have, like I don't talk about my insecurities a lot just because it's like, why would I bring it up? Like the way I see it is like, why would I want to? The way I see it is I don't talk about my insecurities because I don't want people to pick at me for that. So I keep my insecurities to myself, but I am still confident even with my insecurities because I don't let my insecurities like take over me. I don't let my insecurities like get into my head. Like whenever I am feeling like very down, like I said, I either do my makeup, I spend time with my family, I spend time with my boyfriend. Those who love me for who I am and don't see those things. Hold on, guys. I'm going to pop on this lash really quick. Hopefully it doesn't take me 20 million years. How did you grow on YouTube? Because I want to start my own channel. I would definitely say to stay consistent. And I would also say is which is the biggest part and the biggest piece of advice that I have for anyone who wants to start YouTube, guys, is just be yourself. That's what's gonna that's what's gonna help you grow the most and just be different from everyone because you don't want to be like everybody else, which is why I say that everyone's beautiful in their own unique way. Because you being different is what makes you stand out from everyone else. Like, for example, I don't think you guys would want like 40 million Louis doing the same. I mean, I don't know if you guys do, but I'm saying like when you do something different, it makes you stand out. Like, and when you do what you want to do, not everyone has the same ideas, not everyone wants to do the same thing. So when you do you and you be yourself and you express yourself the way that you want to express yourself, you are going to find those people who love you and support you for you. Like I've obviously always had all these crazy thoughts in my head that I wanted to do, like when it came to YouTube, but I was like, I don't think anyone would watch that, or I don't think anyone would watch my videos, or I don't think anyone would like that. But as I started growing, like um, subscribers and stuff on YouTube, I started realizing that those were the people who really liked me for me. And I feel like me doing like those weird ass videos that I was doing, like my story times or all like my dancing videos, I feel like there were things that weren't really on YouTube. So when people like you guys started watching them, you guys were like, stupid that. So I would definitely say just be you and do what you want to do and don't be scared of what other people are going to say because I'm not going to say that you're not going to get negativity for it, but I'm also going to tell you to not let that get to you because as much as negativity as you get, there's always going to be those people who love and support you for you, and those are the people who are going to love you and love what you do, and those are people who are going to uplift you. Um, sorry guys, I'm like over here. But yeah, as I was saying, I recently came out with my little collab with Morphe, which was my haul box, and I saw so much love and support from even people from my hometown, and all of you guys too. Like it was just so crazy to see that in person. And I saw this girl tweet me, and I'm gonna read it to you guys. But it obviously like it meant so much to me because I was like, I would get bullied a lot in high school, like I said, because of my sexuality. There's so many people who would try to put me down. And this girl from my high school tweeted this, and I was like, wow, period. Look, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So she tweeted, I retweeted in case you guys want to go find it on my Twitter too, but she said, I can explicitly remember so many people in high school talking badly about Louie and trying so hard to out him. And then she cussed, but she said, y'all, something forced him out of his comfort zone and look at him now. So happy for you, amigo. Let me get orders. She quoted my little Morphe video, but I did see some people, like one other person replying, he's like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was one of those people who bullied him, but like it's so crazy to see what he's doing now and like making his own money or whatever. But that being said, is I wanna like really tell you guys to don't be afraid to be yourself and don't be afraid to put yourself out there and do what you wanna do because you never know where you could be if the moment you put yourself out there, if that makes sense. And I'm not just saying like with social media, like I'm not saying like, oh, everyone go on social media and do it, because like I said, that's not for everyone. Not everyone wants to do that. But if that is your goal, definitely start doing it right now. Go post on your Instagram, go post on YouTube, do whatever you want to do if that is what you want to do. But I do want to say that don't be afraid to put yourself out there and don't be afraid to be yourself because that's what's going to make you stand out. And if you keep thinking about other people's thoughts, like you yourself, you're never going to be happy. And I used to always think like, oh, I'm going to put other people's happiness first. Like I wouldn't do certain things because I was like, oh, this person's not going to be my friend anymore. Or like, oh, what if this person stops talking to me after I come out? Or like, what if this and what if that? Like, you know, I was scared of coming out because I was scared of losing people. But the moment you put your happiness first, your life will change for the better because when you're happy, you're obviously going to be at your best and you're obviously going to be doing everything that makes you happy. And you're going to find those new people who love seeing you happy. You're going to find those new people who love seeing you. And I still think, and I literally had this conversation with my boyfriend when I did the Morphe haul. I was like, I would have never thought that because I came out, I have all these beautiful opportunities with me now. And I know if I wouldn't have came out and I wouldn't have found those people who supported me, like I would have never had any of this. Like I would have never had my own little Morphe collab. I would have never been wearing makeup right now. Like it's literally just like crazy to think about. Like it's so crazy to think about whenever I talk about these things. Like I'm like, wow. Um like obviously I went through some really hard parts in my life before coming out and even while I was coming out, but it obviously all kind of, I guess you could say, paid off now because I am so happy now. And I still have like obstacles in my life and still people who try to put me down. But just the fact that I'm so happy with myself and I'm happy with my life decisions and I'm happy where I am now, none of that negativity really gets to me because I'm just living my life and I'm living Louie's life. I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, I'm just doing what I want to do, not letting other people's opinions stop me. And sometimes I know some people are like, I'm not confident with myself. Like there's all these other things that I have going through my mind. But sometimes those insecurities become bigger because you're not so happy with yourself. And the moment you start accepting yourself for who you are, and you start loving yourself, those insecurities aren't going to take over, or maybe even just as much as they do now. Because, like I said, I still have some of those insecurities that I did before I came out, but they definitely do not affect me as much as they did before. Like, I'm at my full better potential with or without those insecurities. um, yeah, I'm gonna read some of them. You're always gonna have people who hate you. Do you better stay humble and pretty? Oh, thank you. You see, guys, like you guys are my perras. You guys are those who uplift me and get me to my full potential. Um, there will always be people who try to put you down, but you're the best, but you'll get through it. And that goes for everyone, guys, not just me. There's always gonna be people there who love and support you for you. So don't feel like you're alone. You might feel like you are alone right now, but I know the moment that you find your people and those friends who support you, everything's gonna change for you. The paletero is me. If you guys have any questions about anything else, let me know and I'll be more than happy to talk about it. Like I said, it's just my whole coming out story and like everything that goes behind that is just so crazy that I always don't know like where to start because I feel like it's all over the place. Um, but yeah, even like my boyfriend now, like I literally sit there sometimes and I'm like, wow, I am so blessed to have the most amazing, the most amazing boyfriend ever, the most supportive boyfriend ever. Like he's literally so loving and um, like I said, sometimes I sit there and I'm like, wow, like this is my life right now. Like I have a boyfriend who I bring around my family all the time, and my family absolutely loves him, and my family loves spending time with him. And I'm like, wow, like I can't believe I have this. Like it's so crazy because I would never thought my life would come to this. Did you ever have fake friends? Yes. And those fake friends were those people who didn't support me. And I know sometimes people like you don't want to get like a lot of times we have really toxic friends, and sometimes you don't want to get rid of them because you're scared that you're not going to find new friends. But yes, if you have people who are putting you down and you have people who don't support you and people who are just constantly picking at you or like giving you a compliment within an insult after, like those are people you need to get rid of. Those are people you don't need in your life. Those are people who are just fucking haters. Um, Watching you makes me feel better about myself, seeing that you're being you. Oh, thank you. Louis, I'm so grateful that you found a boyfriend. You can probably last. Oh, thank you so much. Um, Men do not wear girly makeup. That's a perfect example of a hater, guys. And while he's over there hating, oh, I'm looking pretty. Don't ever. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get my lipsticks. Give me a second. I'm gonna back up here. But yeah, whenever I just see someone like saying something negative, like I said, doesn't really bother me. And like I told you guys, don't let it get to you either, because you just know those people are in a bad place if they're literally taking the time out of their day to go find somewhere to leave hate. And they're just like, I don't know what to do. I'm angry with myself. Let me go tell someone else shit. So I'm just like, oh, I'm pretty. I don't care. Ah! How did you tell your dad exactly when coming on his reaction? Sorry, guys, my freaking foot fell asleep. How did you tell your dad? So I remember I sat down in the living room with him, with like my whole family was sitting down, like my mom and my sisters, and he was sitting down, and I was like, I need to talk to you about something, and like, I've been wanting to tell you this for such a long time, but I just never knew when it was the right time. But I told him like, I don't want to hide from you anymore. Like I want to be open with you, and I want to tell you everything for how it is, and you know. And he was just sitting there, like he literally didn't really say anything. He let me talk and really tell him everything. And I just remember like after I told him like that I was gay and that I had I was still with my ex-boyfriend at the time, so I told him that I was like, well, blah 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 is my boyfriend. I'm not sure if you knew that already, but we've been dating for so and so long, and like, you know. But I think the fact that he had already met my ex-boyfriend and he had already been around him, I really do think that it helped kind of get him around the idea that I was gay, because he already knew him, he already saw me happy with him and like all these things. But yeah, my dad didn't throw a fit, he didn't do anything. I do remember he just said like, thank you for telling me, like, no matter what, like I'll always love you. And I remember he was quiet with me for a few days, and I think he was just trying to figure out how to talk to me, because my dad's never really been the best with expressing the way he feels. So I think he was just trying to get his words together. But as time went by, like he just started being the same with me and treating me the same. And I feel like even now we have even a closer relationship than what we did before I came out, which is crazy to think about, because before I came out, I didn't really feel like I had a relationship with my dad. And I think that's because I was so scared of him finding out. Like I almost felt like if I let him more into my life, he was gonna know more about me that I didn't want him to know. But now that I came out, like we're so close. Like my dad will come out of my videos. He came out of my last cooking video, and you guys can definitely see how supportive he is. And he's always wearing my merch. He's like always like just like complimenting my makeup or complimenting my outfits, which is something I never thought I would have. Also, I'm gonna do my lips real quick. This is the KKW lip liner. This is in the shade Nude 2, like nude numero dos. Can't really talk while I do this, but let me see. I'm gonna try. He was so proud of your chilaquiles. Yes. Mm. Sorry, burp. Oh, my lips are me being crooked. Hold on. This is like my quick makeup, like no eyeshadow, just a really dramatic lash, and then my foundation, my lips. It will come together. I overlay just a little bit. Oh me. Okay. I'm doing my homework while watching you. What do you do if your significant other doesn't get along with your parents? Ooh. Okay, give me a sec. That's a good one though. Um, I feel like that all really depends on your situation. I know some people aren't as close with their family or their parents. Like I know I have some friends. I'm not telling you guys to do this, but I'm just telling you guys like I have some friends who like their parents just didn't approve of them either dating at all or just they didn't approve of their significant other. So they would just like see them like not at home. They would do their own thing like outside of home. I have some friends who moved in with their boyfriend or girlfriend to just to be with them and like not have to deal with other negative things. But I'm not saying you should all do that. I know for me though, it thankfully, actually no, that would be a lie. I was gonna say thankfully I've never had one of my ex-boyfriends not get along with my family, but I actually have. For me, my family is like such a big part of my life. Like I'm very, very, very family oriented. I'm very close to my family. So I almost feel like if one of my exes or one of my or my boyfriend wouldn't get along with like my family, that would be a big no for me because I'm like this with my family. And if I had to feel like I had to like kind of drift away with them to be dating someone else, then like, mm-mm, mm-mm. But I did have an ex-boyfriend who didn't get along with my family very well. Girl, that was not good. It just it's not that they hated each other, like um my family didn't hate him, but they just didn't really like his vibe and they didn't really like how he wasn't really respectful and he was very like he was very didn't have manners and from the beginning that was kind of a problem. It didn't start off that way. I think it started like because when they first met, my parents really did like him and so did my family. But I think as we were longer together, he started getting more comfortable and just started being a little more rude. And even the way he treated me, which is why we're not together anymore. But my parents just didn't really like having him around as much. My parents wouldn't really talk to him anymore, nor would my sisters. And it really just messed everything up because family is everything to me. So if you don't get along with my family, it's just like it's not gonna really work out. And it's exactly what happened. Like it just didn't work out. And we always had like arguments about stuff like that. Like I would literally tell him like, "Do you not know how to say thank you and please?" Like it was a lot, but it didn't work out. And I'm glad it didn't work out because now he's gone. His name should not be talked about. But yeah, family's always first to me. Like I was just like, get out. Your family knows how they are before you do. Literally. I'm gonna use my gloss. This is the gloss that came in my Morphe haul box. So for any of you guys who got your hands on it, this is the gloss that you will be getting. I'm gonna be putting some on. Oh wait, my haul box is like up there. A little display moment. He must not be named. He should not be named. He should not even be thought about. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more. The collection is beautiful, so proud of you. Oh, thank you. I love gloss, guys. Period. My mom is laughing at me because you don't read my comments. Oh, I'm sorry. Tell your mom I said hi. All right, Supidas, that is the finished look. I'm probably gonna reapply this lash because I feel like it looks wonky the house. Um, do you guys have any other questions for me that you guys want to ask me? I definitely want to chat with you guys a little more before I leave. What eyelash glue do you use? Honestly, it varies. I use so many different ones, but right now I'm using this one from the Makeup Shack. Oh, beauty guru moment. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. Are you ever gonna get a tattoo? I don't know, guys. I'm so scared. I don't know if I'd ever want a tattoo. I mean, I do want one, but I don't know if I'd ever get one. But yes, guys, just please remember to always stay true to yourself. Do what makes you happy. You have to put your happiness first. You have to make sure you're happy. Like I said, once you find your happiness and you're literally just gonna thrive. You're gonna open up and you just never know where it's gonna take you. When you're happy, you literally literally just do what you want without like caring about other people's opinions, which is what you guys should be doing. Whether you're getting bullied because you haven't came out or part of the LGBTQ plus community, oh me spitting, or just getting bullied in general, don't let those people get to you. Just remember, you are the baddest perra. We are the baddest perras. Don't let these people's negative opinions and thoughts get to you, because they're obviously hating on you for a reason. You obviously have something that they either wish they had, or they envy you for it, or they just have personal problems with themselves. Don't let that like put you down. Don't let them try to define you as like a bad person or like try to pick at you. Let them que se pudran in their own like negative thoughts and their own negative feelings. You make sure you set your full perra potential. Why did I say like that? Your full perra potential. Sorry, because I was reading comments, me not being able to multitask. Um, but yes, preach Louie. Period. If I could put up a bun for all of you guys and get everyone who's bullying you, I so would. I'd put up a bun right now. But let me see if I can show you guys the full look in better lighting. Oh, me showing you guys my film room before it's ready. Don't ever. Yes, guys, this is the full look. Oh, I love seeing all the little purple hearts. Super proud of your work. Thank you guys so much. Means the world to me, and I definitely do appreciate every single one of you. Even all of you guys who took the time to come watch me live right now. But yeah, guys, stay safe. I love you guys so much. Remember to stay happy. Always be at your full perra potential. Don't let anyone put you down. And if they do try to put you down, put up a chongo and be like, "Beep." I'm just kidding. Don't fight. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Again, if you guys can donate, we will really appreciate that. I will make sure to donate as well. Love you guys so much. Yeah. Bye, stupidas. Bye. Love you.